to start off with a very basic thing, which I spoke to you about behind the cameras as well when we were just talking. Why do you think there is a rise in the energies of Tantra, the Tantra aspect of Hinduism? It is coming out more now. Of course, social media could be a reason behind that, but I feel it's much more than that. It just cannot be social media or the number of views it is getting. It There has to be some reason. So, what do you think is that reason?
Well, the tantric texts themselves mention this very well, where Lord Shiva says that in the Satya Yuga,
Hmm.
he gave the world the Vedas,
Right.
and through the Vedic rituals, men might progress spiritually and materially as well. And then after the end of Satya Yuga, Lord Shiva says that men no longer had the tapas shakti
Hmm.
to actually follow the Vedic injunctions. So he gave the world the Dharma Sastras. By discipline, following the rules, what
Hmm.
to do, what not to do, men may progress spiritually. And then at the end of that age, the Silver Age, men no longer had the discipline either
Hmm.
to follow the dharmic injunctions. So he gave the world the Puranas. Of there were 2 lakh Puranas. Now we have probably like 18. We lost most of them. So men through bhakti and sharanagati may achieve their objectives because there are various Puranas. Like for Ganapati, there's Ganesha Purana, Mutkala Purana.
Hmm.
For Devi, you have Kalika Puran, Devi Bhagavatam. And for Shiva, you have Shiva Mahapurana, Skanda Purana. So whichever form of deity that you resonate with, through following the vratas, the
Right.
pujas, you will get your results. And then Shiva finally says, it is now the Kali Yuga. Men no longer have the tapas for the Vedic injunctions,
Yeah.
no longer have the discipline for the Dharma Shastras, nor that pure unadulterated bhakti and sharanagati
Hmm.
that is required for the Puranic pujas. So he gave the world the tantras. So by the way of tantra, you can get both moksha and boga,
Hmm.
both your material needs met and your spiritual needs met. So
Right.
that was how tantra came about.
Hmm. And I feel it makes a lot of sense in the world that we are living in today, because even for me, I wouldn't go to a temple unless and until I know that I'll get something in return. And maybe it's a good way to entice people by telling them, "Achha, if you do this, you'll get this, but then the spiritual path will also open up for you." That's a good way to bring them in the spiritual realms. And then if they find it meaningful, they can continue. But is it just the India phenomena, or is the rise of Tantra happening all across the globe? Because you live in Singapore. I want to know that perspective as well. How do people over there look at Tantra? Is there a rise in the energies of Tantra there as well?
Okay, now Tantra Sadhana has been rising for the last couple of years.
Hmm.
Now, originally in the Western world, when they said Tantra, it had a whole other meaning. They
Hmm.
brought about that sexual aspect
Right.
and all that, which was not the real meaning of Tantra or very, very minute aspect of Tantra. Tantra Sadhana, yes, it started going even in Singapore. So now, when we say Singapore, the first migrants in Singapore were, when they came there,
Hmm.
they brought all their Grama Devatas there,
Right.
right? They brought a soil from their Grama and then they established their shrines and things like that. So the background was very rootedness to their identity.
Hmm.
And then as the subsequent generations came in, then Tantra came in because
Right.
they already had that rootedness, that belief, right? A lot of people in India didn't have that. Like when I first came to India, I was quite surprised to see that
Okay.
the people who migrated out
Hmm.
in order to keep that kind of rootedness, they establish certain things that are not there in even the local populace.
Right.
But yeah, Tantra has been growing, the proper tantric methods, because Tantra is results oriented,
Hmm.
right? And there's a proper uh, krama to it, there's a proper tiered system to it, which is easy for people to follow rather than the randomness of
Hmm.
just doing things out of context.
Correct.
So yeah, Tantra is a very good system.
Hmm. Okay. And it is easier to follow that system.
It's easier to follow, like relatively, let's say, in a specific krama, let's say Sri Vidya, you have a specific krama. You start out
Hmm.
with a specific form of Ganapati, then you go to a specific form of Devi, then you do some Shiva sadhana before you do the main deity's sadhana. So there's
Right.
steps, and your guru will guide you, right, to see whether you're getting actually any results from that
Hmm.
other tiers before they move you up. So it's a very guided process if done properly and
Mm.
guided properly. Whereas if let's say you just say Hanuman Swami is your Ishta Devata, you can
Mm.
do things for him. You can do Chalisa and things like that. But there's no, it's quite random,
Right.
right? You don't know how to evaluate results. You don't know how to evaluate whether he's responding to you or is it just you mentally, it's a hallucination or
Right.
something like that. There's no feedback,
Mm.
right? While in Tantra, if you're guided properly, there's feedback. Your guru will tell you when it's a real result. Your guru will tell you if it's you're just hallucinating, stop it and just continue,
Right.
right? So there's someone down there to back you.
Okay.